Good morning, everybody. This is Hinterland Customs with a video on my Wastelands diorama. This is the final video. I've completed it pretty much. There's nothing else to really do here now. So I will start in this corner. And this guy, yeah, he didn't make it. This is a little macabre. I did make some corpses with milliput, so if it turns somebody's stomach or they don't like it, you can change the channel. It is fictional. Don't take it too seriously or personally. I had this bent leg coming out of the sand that I wanted to do, and I made the boot, and that was just one piece, and then put a little patch on his arm, like maybe he used to work for, he or she, I guess, used to work for, as a security guard, or maybe it was a military contractor or something. And just made the arm, and then just kind of buried him up there in the dirt. I did not all of it scratch stuff. I did use like woodland scenics and then some talus and balast to add in rock. And then these big white rocks are actually from for a fish aquarium, so I thought those added a nice, just a little different touch to it. You can see there's a backpack over here I made. I like making those. Made those with one of my earlier builds. People might remember, that was fun. So then you just got a rusted car chassis and a rusty steering wheel there. And then moving over here, the road was a little tough. Wasn't initially how I wanted it. Let's see if I can get this. How am I making videos? We'll just do that. Got the War of the Worlds tripod going on here. Nobody shoot it down. Did a frost heave over here with broken concrete, and as you can see I got crack here, and then did a couple potholes here, and then over here I have a patched pothole, another crack here. The paint I used for this, that was the hard part, is trying to get texture right and stuff, and I used this. It's Payne's Gray acrylic. I've had that for years. It worked great. I just dabbed it. I just smeared it on where I could, dabbed it with a napkin, kind of give it a little bit of a treaded look. And then, it's got a little bit of a whitewash look to it in places. Just trying to give it depth. And then I just put on the little yellow road markers there, the lines. I thought that turned out a lot better than I thought. I always like it when something turns out better than what you think it's going to be. And then here, sorry, I'm trying to get this tripod set up. Yeah, we'll do that. How am I doing? I'll just hold it. Yeah, this guy, some defensive marks on his arm. First time I made a baseball cap, I did a K on it. A friend of mine, when he first saw it, said he looked like Quicksilver sign, and I should have changed it to that. That's a little more universal cap, but I guess this could be a Kentucky Wildcats hat or whatever. And then the skulls, I painted these skulls like that one and this guy a GI sand beige, and then I took copper and just worked that into some of the different cracks, the teeth, a little bit in the eye sockets. Trying to give it, instead of a white bleached skull look, just give it more of a decomposed, like mummified look. It's been out in the desert. Yeah, fun stuff. This knife here on his chest there, that's in a scabbard. Originally that was going to be the blade, and I decided to just make it a scabbard. Excuse me. That skull there, if you can see it, that is a green beret. I just had a little bit of milliput left over, so I just put a beret on that guy's head, and I just placed that skull on the log, like somebody set it there as like a tribute to him or something. Just wasn't sure where to put it, and I thought it looked good just sitting there on the log facing out. This log, this is just a piece of driftwood that worked out really well. I have to thank my dog, because I have a big chunk of it out in the front yard there in a flower bed deal, and she chewed a piece of it off and liked to play with it. So this is an external frame backpack I made. Got the pockets. The milliput with making the backpacks, it's easy if it's smaller, but this one was a little tougher because I had working with more material and you're holding it in your hand, and you have to be careful because you're trying to form the pockets on one end of it, and then your fingers are smashing down on what you just put in on the other side. So there's another skull there that I did with kind of whited eye sockets and no nose cavity. I used wood filler. I want to thank Steve at Cloverleaf Studios. He gave me that idea when I first told him I was doing this, and it worked great. It's easy to use, and the color turns out awesome. I was going to paint this, and it actually works out so much better because the color looks like a natural sand, dirt, like desert type color, and so I didn't have to mess with it. So, which was nice because once I laid this down, I knew it would. It doesn't take too long to dry. And so in the meantime, I've got to start putting in my pieces. Used woodland scenics for the grass. So more talus and balast over here. And then let's see, there's a boot, another car chassis here. I think I covered everything. So yeah, that there it is in all its glory, and it was a lot of fun to do. It was a lot of work, just a lot of different details. I was originally going to put a hatch cover over here, like a hatch cover to a bunker, like an underground bunker or a weapons cache, and I decided not to. By the time I kind of got some of these pieces mocked up, I felt it was okay as is. So that's it, guys. There she is. And anyway, again, a lot of fun, a lot of work, but I'm glad to be moving on. I've got 3 of these built, so I've got 2 more to do. The next one will be the Walker Bulldog tank up here, and then of course I've got 2 group builds going on with those as well. So, all right, guys, I've talked enough. I'm way over the time I wanted to do. So everybody have a good day. Hinterland Customs signing out.